Alright, I'm going to show y'all guys how we finished this basement room. We did the drywall and the drop ceiling. Drop ceiling looks really good. We started out, it had no drywall, nothing. So it looks really good. So if you want to look on how we did this, I figured I'd just make a quick video of the before and after. Here's where we had a vapor barrier and some insulation put in. Then we hung the drywall and then tape and mud. This isn't a drywall tutorial, but I figured I'd just show y'all some of the process. I always like watching a good project come together over the weeks. But yeah, for the drop ceiling, you're going to have to put your hangers up there with some wire, and then you just cut the wire. You're going to need a laser level or a chalk line. I'd recommend a laser level that goes, because you have to put the perimeter around there. You attach it to the drywall so the other support beams go on there, the suspenders. These are the product that we got from Home Depot. If you go to any Home Depot or Lowe's, they're going to have these. It's the standard ones. You can buy like the packages, but it only covers a certain amount of square feet. So if you got a small area, that's fine, but this is a pretty big room in the basement. So I guess you'd call this a bonus room. And here he is doing the mains on the hangers. I'm not sure what if there's any code on this, on how far, but you do them about 4 feet, because we're doing 2x2s, 2x2 tiles. You can do 4x2 tiles, and depending on which way you're going to run it, I wanted the short tiles being on the far corner over there, so. And then you just connect your 4-footers. Always measure twice. Clamp down those before. You might have to rivet some of them in, but yeah, here's another cross tees. That's the name of and the brand that we got. You will have to snip them on the ends, so the connectors aren't buttoned up against the perimeter suspenders that we had. But you can buy the kit, like if it confuses you, but it's almost worth it to buy these things separate if you're doing a bigger project like this. Yeah, you hang those up, and then I fast forward to a lot of it, but we got them done. The ones behind the door, see, this is what it's going to look like. I had to shove everything in here. That's what the standard tiles look like, but I wanted different tiles, something more elegant looking. So I went with these Art3D tiles. I got them on Amazon. They're only like $1 something per square foot when I bought them. So I went ahead and copped that up. As you can see, they're kind of thin, not a lot of weight to them, but I mean, it's just a drop ceiling. But as you can see in the beginning of the video, I mean, they look good when you put them up. And so this is a lot easier than doing the grid. If you don't have a scaffold or a bunch of tools, I'd recommend hiring us or someone in your local area to hang the grid. And then you can do the tiles yourself if you have a ladder. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, cutting them, I mean, with these, you can just use, if you have a good set of scissors, to cut the ones on the ends there. And you have to cut around your light or your ceiling fan. I did have to cut these. See, it's kind of warped up because the drywall is a little uneven. It's never going to be perfect. So on the ends, you're going to have to cut a little bit of the tiles off, as you can see. Yeah, those are going to be shorter. And I have the AC line right there, so I still got to figure out what to do with that. But yeah, here we go here. Here's the, we didn't have a wiring kit for the ceiling fans. We just ran some 2x4s to lower the mount for the ceiling fan. That way we didn't have to get a conversion kit or anything. But yeah, that's the box of the Art3Ds. We have them all cut on there and everything's done. And got the ceiling fan on there. And I'm happy with it. Yeah, please like and subscribe for more of these videos. And y'all have a good day.